A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker fighting through, and he's got space. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Powell. This is Fant on the short completion. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A give for Walker running right. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Howell. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. No street. Track 60.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now they go play action with Howell. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
70 range. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
My, maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Young. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Here's Howell. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got up.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set. 19 light.
Back to throw, Howell. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
18, right here.
Another throw for Howell. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, it's Young. Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Let's go.
They run once more with Stevenson. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Throwing, Young. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. That's caught by Tucker. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Here's Young. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Right there. 79 Broncos.
Howell out of the shotgun. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Following the interception, Young. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Young to throw it. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Back to Stevenson on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll just get rid of it. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Young. Flushed out right.
Open man is Tucker.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, it's Stevenson.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Looking to throw, Young. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Ramondre Stevenson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gamble with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
One last shot before the break. Howell.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Young off the play fake.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Young working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
20!
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. 87 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Stevenson will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's go now.
Powell. That is caught.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line.
And Howell will throw it.
That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Christian Watson.
30 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage.
Myers connects on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. And we are ready to rock.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 9. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. Fourth down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays that could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one?
I put a star. I put a star.
He was brought down there by Julian Love. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 9. On the handoff, Stevenson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now third and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Young to throw it. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Trey Tucker
from 6 yards away.
And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing here, Howell. We'll get that to Charbonnet. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Young.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here.
That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's Young off play action.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
They'll try the left side with Stevenson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, Young.
Pass.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This is Stevenson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Young.
Touchdown! Brock Bowers.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, Howell's going to mix it up here.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
It's Howell with another throw. Out right to Smith and Jigba.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
From the gun.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
79 Broncos. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Howell to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60. Hup.
Here's Howell.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cut 19.
Young. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Young to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now Young. Got his man. It's Tucker complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a run with Stevenson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Young. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Running left is Stevenson.
Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Raiders escape with a victory.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are?